All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth, the truth and the sincerity. In this particular video, which is going to be a long one, I want to give a news update, all right, on what's going on right now in the so-called Middle East. If you haven't heard, Donald Trump put together a ceasefire deal between Hamas and Israel. Now, this is some bullshit, just like the deal between Iran and Israel. Israel was asking for some deal breakers. They wanted Iran to get rid of their ballistic missile program and to stop enriching uranium. All right? They really wanted them to basically give up their whole military might. And Iran was like, hell nah, we're not getting rid of our ballistic missile program, and we're not giving up enriching uranium. There's no international law put in place that says that we can't enrich uranium. All right? And they wanted them to get rid of their stockpiles and all of that. And if they needed enriched uranium, they are supposed to get it from like another country or whatever. They said, hell nah. So guess what? That deal fell apart, man. You see? And they're coming at the table again with Hamas, which, they already made the deal, but they come at the table with some bullshit again. They wanted Hamas to give all the dead bodies back of the Israelis that died, or that got the hostages, rather, that was taken on October 7th. Now, they don't have all the bodies, so that's one. And two, they wanted Hamas to disarm themselves, to drop their arms and give up. And that's not going to happen. Or they're going to strike them hard. Now, why is this so important? That's because Hamas is a proxy of Iran. Now, what is a proxy? A proxy, in military terms, is a group that a country uses to fight for them without getting directly into combat themselves. So they use these groups out there, these militant groups, to fight on their behalf and for their interest. And how tight are these groups, these proxies? Well, it's pretty much known. And last year, in October, like a year ago, and some change, Iran launched 181 ballistic missiles, 181 plus ballistic missiles on Israel, for almost wiping out Hezbollah, which is a proxy, another proxy of Iran. Also, the Houthis are a proxy of Iran. You see? So Israel saying to Hamas, hey, if you don't, how would you say, fully commit to the ceasefire deal, like dropping your arms, then we're going to hit you hard. And that's not going to happen. And the U.S. has Israel's back. You see? Now, Iran is going to get involved with it because, hey, once again, the reason Iran even launched 180-something missiles over there on Israel was because Israel attacked Hezbollah, one of its proxies. So you see where this is about to go? And America is going to be drawn out once again. See, that was a foreshadowing of what's to come, man. All right? That was a foreshadowing. Jeremiah 50 and 45, the least of the flock shall draw them out. The least of the flock is who? Israel. Shall draw them out. Who's the them? America. Out to what? World war. All right? Now, it was a foreshadowing last year, that 12-day war that they had. But now Iran's coming back and saying, hey, look, listen, we're bigger and we better. We got new missiles. And you know what? They threatened the United States as well. And they also said if they believe that they're going to get hit, they're not going to just wait around and get hit. They might strike Israel first. And they threatened the United States as well. Hey, this is the least of the flock. No, Slakia. This is the weak saying that they are strong. You see, and I can't grab any precepts right now because I'm driving, but I'll just quote them. All right, so we have a lot happening right now. All right, so this is why this news is so important, that this whole ceasefire agreement is breaking down. All right, because if they hit Hamas, hey, that's like a direct threat to Iran, man. And Iran gonna see Israel about it. You see? And then America's gonna get dragged into it. So let's watch this.
TV7 Israel News is made possible thanks to your generous donation. Shalom, Erev Tov, good evening. This is TV7 Israel News, broadcast to you from Jerusalem. 2 Israeli hostages who were murdered in Hamas captivity are returned to Israel. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reiterates that unless the Islamist Hamas disarms, Israel will eliminate the terror group. Germany tells Turkey that,
you see, if they don't disarm, drop your weapons, they're going to eliminate them. And that's going to bring in Iran, and that's going to bring in America, because Israel cannot beat Iran. That's just 100%. All right? Don't forget, when they was trading shots before, Israel came out and was begging America to come help them. You see?
Israel has a right to self-defense. 2 bodies of deceased hostages, to include Amiram Cooper and Sahar Baruch, were returned to Israel from Hamas captivity last night. Their families were formally notified after they were identified by the National Institute of Forensic Medicine. Amiram Cooper, an 85-year-old man, was a poet and a composer and a resident of the community of Nil Oz. On October 7th of 2023, he and his wife Nurit were kidnapped by the abhorrent terror group Hamas to the Gaza Strip. Nurit was subsequently freed 17 days later. However, during the course of Amiram's captivity, Hamas terrorists had murdered him, a revelation that the IDF had announced last year. Sahar Baruch, 20.
Salakia. All right. I reached my destination, but we're going to continue the video. Oh, Salakia, let me see.
The community of Be'eri. His brother and grandmother were murdered by the terrorists during the Islamist massacre on October 7th of 2023, while Sahar himself was also murdered while in captivity approximately 2 months later in the course of a failed IDF and ISA rescue attempt. And while the return of the 2 deceased hostages from captivity in Gaza grants their families much-needed closure, it is important to emphasize that terror Islamist group Hamas continues to hold 11 deceased hostages in violation of the terms of President Donald Trump's 21-point plan for a long, enduring ceasefire.
I don't have to tell you, Hamas violated the ceasefire agreement over and over again. Qatar's prime minister even called it a violation when Hamas attacked our soldiers and killed one of them just the other day. There are no excuses for Hamas, a terror organization that is designed to annihilate the state of Israel, its allies who believe in strong democratic values, and those in the West. Thankfully, our strong and committed partners in the United States understand this and have helped the Prime Minister implement a plan to dismantle and disarm Hamas.
You see? This is going, United States' fingerprints is all on this, man. This is bullshit. So they're asking for things that's deal breakers. They asking for them to disarm. That's not going to happen. And they asking for all the bodies of the hostages, the ones who died already, and all the hostages. Well, they don't have all the bodies. I remember listening to somebody break that down. Like, they don't have all the bodies. So how are they supposed to fulfill that agreement? Well, it wasn't made for that. They really want to go into Iran and do something to them. They want to go to war with Iran. All right? And how they get that? By justifying themselves by fucking with their proxies. All right?
Meanwhile, at an officer's graduation ceremony of the IDF, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu proclaimed that if Hamas continues to blatantly violate the ceasefire, it will know powerful attacks.
The combination of the political echelons' determined decision-making and the determination of our wonderful fighters and commanders led to the crushing of the Iranian Axis, to the return of all of our living hostages that no one believed we would do, and we are determined to also return all the deceased hostages as well. We have not relented until we return all of them home.
You see, but that's pretty much the point. That this is about to spiral out of control in a little. Because they're not going to disarm. And they don't have all the dead bodies, the deceased hostages, man. They don't have all that. So keep your eye on this, man. Hey, prophecy's about to jump off. Well, it is jumping off of the page. All right, but it's about to come down even harder, man, in a second. All right? The least of the flock is drawing them out. Now, like I told you, Iran is threatening Israel and United States this next go round. And guess who's backing up Iran? Russia and China. That's Ezekiel 38 jumping off of the page. Russia is going to be a guard to those weaker nations, man. Be a guard unto them. All right. But anyway, I hope the point was made. Hope you could take something out of this. This is a quick update. With that, say shalom.